Hey guys, I was tagged by my friend Algie. I'm gonna put her link underneath. She's Daily PSA on YouTube. To do like your 10 funniest moments throughout your life. But I was trying to think, and I can't really think of 10 good ones, but I have a story that's probably gonna go on too long and I'm gonna have to edit it. But this is like it happened to my best friend and I, and it's something that we love telling people because no one can believe that this night of events actually happened, and we're like, we should write a movie about this. Alright, so what happened was me and her went to meet a couple of our other friends at a concert. We were going to see Nest. They were opening for Social Distortion. And it was already raining, so like we weren't thrilled about waiting outside. We met our other friend there, and once we got inside, it was probably like 2.5 to 3 hours of no. Well, I don't know why that got blurry all of a sudden. It was like 2.5 to 3 hours of us just standing there, and there was no band coming on. So, Social Distortion finally started playing, and they're one of my favorite bands anyway. I love them. That was the first time I actually got to see them. But we were so excited to see Mest, we were like, are they playing last and Social Distortion's opening for them? But Social Distortion ended up playing for like 2.5 hours, and then that was it, and all the security people were like, okay, the show's over, you have to leave. And they wouldn't tell us why Mest never started playing. So later on, we found out that Tony, the singer, was stupid and got in a friggin' fight with someone, and he was in jail or something that night. I don't know, but I hold a vendetta against them ever since that night. So the ridiculous stuff happened after. We left our friends like had parked somewhere else, and they just left, and me and Carissa, who's my best friend, it was pouring at this point, okay? And we go outside, and we couldn't find her car. Because when we had gone in there in the first place, we had never been to that venue before, and we didn't realize that you had to pay to park because there was no one there when we got there. So her car got towed in the pouring rain, and we're like 2 hours from home, mind you. And our friends had already left, which sucked. So it's pouring out, and we're running around trying to figure out like where the place went, where the car went. So we finally found this guy that worked there, and he gave us the phone number to the towing company, I guess, that towed the car. We didn't know where the building was that they took it to or anything. So we called, and she was trying to figure out where her car got towed. So we're walking around, we don't know where we are, in the pouring rain. At this point, we're both drenched. I fell in a puddle, like flat on my face, and I was just laying there cracking up, not believing that this was happening. We saw a tow truck that had the company's name on it. I don't remember what the name was, but we started running after the tow truck in the pouring rain, both soaking wet, and I had just like hurt my knee because I freaking fell in a puddle. So we're running after the tow truck. It was probably like an hour later we finally found the place that the car had gotten towed to. And we go there, and it was $100 to get her car out, and our pocketbooks were in her trunk. And so they let us go get our pocketbooks, but neither one of us had enough money in cash, so we had to go up the street to an ATM. An ATM machine in the darkness in like a ghetto. I did not like the area that this venue was in the first place. So we're like, she was doing it as fast as she could on the ATM. We were scared that someone was gonna come up and friggin' attack us or something. We managed to get back to the place, paid the guy, and finally got out of there. And I remember coming home and getting yelled at because I hadn't called and let everybody know where I was and why I was so late and everything. But that was like the worst night ever. But we look back now, and it's so hysterical that it's funny. So Yeah, see, this already took up 5 minutes, so I can't really think of 9 other funny moments. There was one time in school where we used to have like the big scented markers, the big thick Mr. Sketch markers, and one of my friends and I had like hollowed it out to pass notes back and forth in, so it would just look like we were passing a marker back and forth. And it was in Spanish class, I'll never forget this. The teacher said, I thought she was looking right at me, and she said, "Bring that up here." So I go up to the front of the class holding my blue Mr. Sketch marker, thinking that she was talking to me. And she looks at me and goes, "Not your marker, honey." And the whole class started laughing at me, and she was talking to a girl next to me that was actually passing notes, so that was pretty embarrassing. I really can't think of anything else, so those are my 2 silly moments, and I'll talk to you guys later.